Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world, online at Z107.7 FM.com. This is your Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. The fire that lit off in the Black Rock campground area of Joshua Tree National Park is still officially reported at 72 acres with 80% containment. The fire is primarily being handled by the National Park Service and the Bureau of Land Management. Rangers who contacted Z107.7 said that all of the communication must be approved through federal channels, which is one of the reasons for slow communication regarding the status or cause of the wildfire. CAL FIRE has been providing updates on their incident response page and their social media X account, though the fire is not directly being managed by the agency. CAL FIRE did provide heavy air support during Sunday's fire, which ignited shortly before 10 a.m. on Sunday and sent smoke into the air for most of the day that was visible from Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley. It's assumed that wildfire operations are in mop-up and suppression stages, where firefighters check for underground hotspots that can reignite. As we receive more details on the status and cause of the Black Rock campground fire, we'll keep you informed right here on Z107.7. There's an update on the proposed hotel on Belfield Boulevard at last night's Landers Homestead Valley Association meeting. Annalise Kuiper was there and joins us with the recap.
Ben Toffey, board member and one of the Landing Hotel project owners, gave an updated report on this proposed 35-room dark sky hotel. As of now, the project will get entitlement for building permits, which is the legal process of gaining government approval to use a property for a specific purpose, which must happen before a building permit is issued. Once this permit is issued, work will begin on building plans. Groundbreaking is at least a year away, but local employment opportunities will become available as building begins. Detective Hodgins from the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station informed the meeting that out of 169 calls received in the month of September, 8 reports were taken ranging from possession of weapons to assault, with one crisis report on a runaway juvenile. Chris Gubler gave a report on the Gubler Orchid Festival, which was well advertised, including a billboard on Interstate 10. The event raised $55,000 for charities, which includes $250 to be donated to the Landers Association, as well as a $750 check to go to Landers Elementary School. Kat Newman from Positional Projects gave a report on the recent cleanup at Giant Rock. 60 people showed up and picked up 2,100 pounds of trash, as well as cleaning up 4,000 square feet of tags with 10 gallons of elephant snot. Clara Vera from Burtek Waste gave clarification of recent policy changes regarding size of trash carts and pickup days in Landers. The Landers Trading Post and Thrift grossed $2,400 in revenue in 4 weeks' time, selling off the accumulated backlog. The store is open on Fridays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Tonight, the 29 Palms City Council will meet to discuss funding research and outreach for a possible 2026 tax measure. Reporter Heather Clisby has more.
The 29 Palms City Council will gather this evening with no public hearings and just one discussion item, a new tax in the new year. Council will discuss the prospect of authorizing the city to enter into a professional agreement with Probloski Research and Lou Edwards Group to research the reality and effectiveness of a 2026 1% sales tax measure. City staff will make the argument that costs of maintaining city services have risen while city revenue has stagnated. Prior to 1973, property taxes funneled 90% to states, cities, and counties, but the passing of Proposition 13 altered that significantly, with property taxes now contributing an average of less than 66% toward revenue. For 29 Palms specifically, property taxes contribute approximately 23% to total city revenues. Citing recent examples of Yucca Valley, Palm Desert, Indio, and Cathedral City, who passed similar measures to fill the revenue gap, staff notes that the city requires an additional revenue stream to fund a new animal shelter and maintain city services such as road maintenance, parks, and law enforcement. Staff is looking to hire Probloski Research to assess city issues and Lou Edwards Group as an outreach consultant. Additionally, staff is asking for up to $25,000 for community outreach and education. The meeting takes place on Tuesday, October 14th at 6 p.m. at City Hall, 6136 Adobe Road. It can be live streamed or viewed on demand via the city's website, 29palms.org. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
On the agenda for tonight's Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting, the board is expected to receive a legislative update on Assembly Bill 1089 regarding amending the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act for trimming and removal of western Joshua trees in industrial and commercial projects. The board will then review and discuss native plant permit review procedures, with the possibility of those permits moving off the Planning Commission's consent agenda and back to the town staff for review. A land development update will follow, along with your public comments. You can attend tonight's Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting at the Yucca Valley Community Center, starting at 6 p.m. It can also be live streamed. We'll have a link to the agenda and live stream instructions at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. And tonight, the MUSD Board of Trustees will hold their regular 6 p.m. meeting at Joshua Tree Elementary. Reporter Gabriel Hart joins us with the agenda.
For the meeting's agenda, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education Dr. Gracie Gutierrez and ELOP Program Specialist Sally Stevens will give an update on the Expanded Learning Opportunities Program, including current enrollment, financial overview, and organizational chart. The board is requested to approve the new classified management job description for ELOP Program Manager. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources Stacy Smalling will review recommendations for certified and classified personnel as well as respective substitutes. For action items, the district is requesting authorization to enter into a contract with school leaders to provide consulting services in support of structural deficit reduction planning. These services will assist the district in addressing ongoing fiscal challenges and aligning resources with enrollment and operational needs. To ensure MUSD remains eligible for critical state funding and support through programs administered by the California Department of General Services and the Office of Public School Construction, the district must keep its authorized representatives up to date. So the district is requesting to authorize updating the following individuals as acting district representatives: MUSD Superintendent Dr. Patricio Vargas, Assistant Superintendent of Business Services David Daniels, and Director of Maintenance and Operations Mike Ugdahl. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Gabriel Hart.
The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency's Board of Directors hold their regular meeting tonight at 6 p.m., and Annalise Kuiper rejoins us with a look at their agenda.
The meeting begins with a closed session to discuss extending the employment of General Manager Marina West until February 1, 2026. This would give the Board of Directors more time to consider succession planning options. In addition, a performance-based merit increase of approximately 7% would be added to the General Manager's salary. A closed session report will likely follow. A discussion on forming an ad hoc committee to develop a management succession plan is expected next. The 2025 review of the Board of Directors' Code of Conduct will follow. The board will discuss adopting an increased basic facilities charge for water meters from 3/4 of an inch to 10 inches. This would include discussion on setting the service line installation fee for meters in this size range. Located at the board meeting office, 1720 North Cherokee Trail in Landers, the meeting begins at 6 p.m., and the public is most welcome to attend. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
The High Desert Water District meets on Wednesday, October 15th at 4 p.m. They'll receive a federal legislative update, and the Human Resources Department will introduce new employees. Staff is then expected to present a priority project list to the board for discussion. Department reports include an electric panel upgrade for their emergency generator, as well as an update on the Western Hills Booster Station located off Old Woman Springs Road. And then looking east to Joshua Tree, the Joshua Basin Water District will meet Wednesday at 5 p.m. They're expected to discuss the purchase of a 2025 Freightliner M2 Plus dump truck, as well as receive an investment report from the Director of Finance for the fiscal year that ended in June. You can attend both meetings in person, or we'll have Zoom links for both meetings at Z107.7fm.com. And a community forum on the Western Joshua Tree and the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act is being held at the Yucca Valley Community Center on Wednesday, led by Assemblymember Greg Wallace, along with representatives from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, or CDFW. Reps from the CDFW will be on hand to explain the act, and they'll be available to answer some questions. This free community forum will provide residents and stakeholders the opportunity to hear directly from state officials, ask questions, and gain a clearer understanding of how the law affects projects on private and public land. The Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act introduced new rules impacting homeowners, developers, contractors, and local jurisdictions throughout the Morongo Basin and the high desert. Many residents have requested clarity on how the permitting process works and what resources are available to help them comply with the state law. The community forum takes place this Wednesday, October 15th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It will be at the Yucca Valley Community Center located at 57090 29 Palms Highway in beautiful Yucca Valley, California. And that's your local news for Tuesday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 News team, I'm Robert Hayden.